back on your screens. Happy Thursday to all of you. Thanks for watching. I'm Will Selva. Well, Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen coming up with a huge catch in the wild card matchup against the Saints that set up Kyle Rudolph's game-winning catch. More on that in a moment. But will he be out there when they take on the 49ers on Saturday? Thielen limited at practice on Wednesday, and now we know why. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting this morning that Thielen needed stitches for a bad cut on his ankle. He joined GMFB earlier this morning as Kay asked him about his injury.
It wasn't all luck for you, unfortunately. A bit of concerning news for Vikings fans yesterday. You were on the injury report. We hate to see it, a bit of an ankle injury. We're hearing you were limited in practice. Quickly, should we expect you to be able to give it a full go Saturday afternoon against the Niners?
Yeah, you know how it is. Just got a little tangled up in practice, but I'm going to do whatever it takes. It's playoffs, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to be out there on Saturday with my teammates and trying to help this team win.
All right, so that's from Thielen. Meanwhile, Kyle Rudolph, as we mentioned, is winning touchdown against the Saints, propelling the Vikings to a dramatic win in overtime. And there are some people, especially Saints fans, that firmly believe he pushed off. Rudolph gave his response to those thinking this way on NFL Total Access.
Well, if the play wasn't reviewed as a scoring play, I would say you might be able to get away with it. But it's pretty hard to get away with OPI when every scoring play in the NFL is reviewed. So the play was reviewed, and they didn't think it was offensive pass interference. So I didn't push off.
All right, setting the record straight there, friend of the show. And over the last 15 seasons, teams that won a playoff game on a walk-off touchdown are 1-6 in the next game. So take that for what you will. But a lot of Vikings news this morning, especially on the Adam Thielen front.
Thank you, Will. How good are the Vikings out there in their PR and putting everybody out? We're doing interviews before the game. We're addressing things.
I love it.
They're like our best friends. They're fantastic. This is fantastic, too. This is really fun. Over the course of this past week, you guys, the fans watching, you answered the call. You voted for the first round of the NFL 100 greatest moments. The NFL just announced this morning which of the 32 iconic moments made it into this week's round of 16. Guys, this is the Sweet 16 iconic moments. Let's take a look. Off and running. Let's start with the Immaculate Reception. Peter, we were talking earlier about Frenchie Fuqua. Absolutely. It comes from the 1972 AFC Divisional. Then, David Tyree.
That was Sean O'Hara's yesterday. He interrupted the entire segment and say, Tyree!
Perfect season Dolphins.
Talking about breakfast.
We got the catch from 1981, back in the end zone. How do you beat these? There's so many more. Here we have the Ice Bowl. Jerry Kramer, Bart Starr. How about the comeback? Frank Reich off the bench.
On the turf.
To Reed in Buffalo. You have the Titans versus the Bills, the Music City Miracle. Kevin Dyson still running. Nice. How are you going to beat all of these things? What else is next? Philly Special.
The Philly
Trey Burton to Nick Foles. We're still going. How about this? The Mini Miracle. It's unbelievable. Look at Diggs running down the South End, still playing this weekend. Craziest celebration. All right, Beastquake. There's an anniversary of it. I think it was yesterday I saw on Twitter. Tracy Porter, I'm sorry. I love Matt Hasselbeck running downfield. John Elway said, I'm going to win this thing. Gets helicoptered, beats the Packers. Terrell Davis, incredible. Refrigerator Perry, January of 86.
This one's for John.
It really was. Mike Dick always regretted not giving it to Peyton. How about the tackle?
Mike Jones.
Tyson again. Namath calls the shot.
Seen that a couple times.
He wins, waving the finger. You go ahead and take your pick. Marcus Allen.
In the Super Bowl.
The run.
Come on.
One of the greatest runs ever. Maybe the greatest moment ever. Still going. How about this? Larry Fitz against the Steelers to the post.
In a loss.
What about the James Harrison play in the same game?
That seems more to be the play.
Larry was unbelievable in that whole playoff run. They went on to lose. Antonio Holmes, and you all remember. Here's the deal. We just threw them all at you. We're screaming. We're grabbing. You guys have until midnight Eastern next Wednesday, January 15th, to vote on this round of 16. You get to choose. You determine what makes it to the Elite Eight. The greatest moment in NFL history. Here's the big one. Selected by the fans, revealed on Super Bowl Sunday. So to vote, you go to NFL.com/greatest moment. Good luck, guys.
Which one needs to be in that final eight, the next eight, the Elite Eight?
The David Tyree catch was a changer in so many ways for the future and the history of football. That was an undefeated team that did not go undefeated because of a player who would never catch another football after that game. David Tyree, that is my moment.
Yeah, you're right about, I think, 11 catches on his career at that point. I'm going to go with the catch because it's iconic. You know, when you have a play that has a title on it.
So crazy.
It's amazing. You know, the immaculate reception or the run. We don't have too many plays like that. Think about it. And we have great highlights. You can say because guys are bigger, faster, stronger, the highlights now are more impressive, but we don't title them like we used to. So I like the catch because it will forever be iconic. Because
Mini Miracle's the only one I can even.
Mini Miracle.
Yeah, you're right. That's a
unbelievable
good one.
play. I think you're in the Super Bowl, you're on the goal line, you're going against the greatest coach of all time. You call up a third-string running back to toss it to a third-string tight end to throw it to a second-string quarterback. It's the Philly special from me. But that Tyree one was crazy. 18-0 Patriots team. There's so many. You guys vote though. We don't vote.
You're going Malcolm Butler there. And
Didn't make it. Didn't even make it.
Goal line.
Not in the Sweet 16.
And also the context
Yeah,
for some of these plays.
Wow.
They're not even in it.
The best thing about the Philly special was that moment between Nick Foles and Peterson on the sideline where he's literally just like, I'm about to call a regular play, and he's like, Philly, Philly. And Peterson looks up like, and he looked at him like, let me check your soul for a second. And Foles looked back like, I'm with it. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. To me, that's one of my favorite moments of all time.
The best might be yet to come in the divisional round. You can see it, of course, all this weekend. 4 games. We've got game day morning at 11 on Sunday. We've got you covered actually on NFL Network on Saturday as well. Earlier in the show, you guys, it's Throwback Thursday, and you guys did a Making the Case, which means you guys all got up and made a case for where Tom Brady should go in 2020. The public on Twitter acted as the jury. Where should Brady go? 54.7% overwhelmingly side with Kyle Brandt return to the Patriots.
I had the safest answer. I'm seeing Miami and Indianapolis. Why did you guys go with those? They got outvoted, but who cares? That's a crazy choice. Why those?
Yeah, look, I would think that Miami is an outside-the-box thing, but when you are living in Boston for 20 years in the cold weather and
it's compelling.
Lifestyle brands, TB12 down in South Beach, and Flores is a familiar face. To me, don't cancel out the Dolphins who are rebuilding, and they could say to Tom Brady, hey, help us rebuild this.
You were talking about Stephen Ross and just being very involved in an active lifestyle. He's got companies that can maybe help him. I could see TB12 stuff on the shelves at Equinox. Why not?
Yeah, listen, I picked the Colts because, speaking of familiar faces, Frank Reich is one. Even though he was once the opposition and once the competition, he can be on your side. And then on top of that, you got Brissett, who you were once teammates with. You got T.Y. Hilton, Marlon Mack. You got all the pieces you need. We keep talking about what does Brady have with him. I mean, he has some weapons with him if you go to the
Would you get as many votes if Josh McDaniels takes a job with the Cleveland Browns? They offer him that job, he takes it. Would it be as easy for you to make the case that he should come back to 2020?
If you watch all those Tom versus Time things, like his relationship with McDaniels is all day, 24 hours a day, talking to each other. I still maintain Josh McDaniels will stay with New England, but that's my take. I think he's the heir apparent.
Very interesting segue. Today at 2 p.m. Eastern, we've got Joe Judge, his press conference with the Giants, and I just would say a lot of these Patriot people, whether it be Joe Judge taking them or whether it be Nick Caserio leaving or whether it be Matthew Slater and Devin McCourty, a lot of different Patriots are up right now, and Brady's just one of them. I don't know if Tom Brady's returning to the same New England Patriots next season. That would be my hesitation.
I see a lot of money leaving the room, a lot of players, a lot of opportunities. Maybe that new money comes in. A lot of really appealing unrestricted free agents, really big names, good players.
If he goes and tests the market, Tom Brady, and he goes and he hangs out in Miami with Stephen Ross and company, goes and kicks it with his buddy Brissett, and they don't give him the money that he's potentially looking for and goes back to, I'm sure they'll say, go test the market. And he comes back. Does Belichick want him? Do the Patriots want to re-sign Tom Brady?
Yeah, no doubt. It's
you
Tom
think
Brady,
so?
For sure, no question.
I don't know which way it's going to go.
What did you think on the Instagram post? To me, it read like I'm staying. Like, thank you for everything, and I want to keep doing this. That's what I felt like.
It was a, hey, somebody needs to see this, that I'm coming, or the public needs to see this. It's a chess move.
Like I'm single?
I'm coming back.
He didn't say I'm coming back to New England.
I know. That's my take.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, we got to go to commercial. We'll see afterwards.
Joe Judge speaking today?
2:00 p.m. Eastern, NFL Network.
From one judge to him. We'll have him on NFL Network up next. We do have a 2-time Grammy winner in the building. He's in my ear right now, actually.